Hello and welcome to Bathurst Diecast Racing. I thought I'd do a build reveal, how I built this thing. This is what the track started out. It's called Hebel. It's 600mm long by 200 high by 225 wide. And as you can see, the track. But what we're going to do is we're going to start down here. It's probably hard to see on the actual video, but you can see this is all being carved out of the Hebel. One thing I did discover that Hebel dust is really bad for you, so I had to wet down the track and grind it that way. You may have seen in the other races too, it stopped at the end. I've now decided to pull that all off, and yes, but you're not going to see that, and we'll just drop them into the basket so they race past the finish line. These are the tools that I used: the grinder, the sander, and all these things, which are pretty nifty little things grinding away. So I had to grind down, I don't know, that far, then wet it, then that far, then wet it, then that far, then wet it. So it took me about 3 months to build. That's the camera crew there, and those all sit on these little spikes. So I'll go through the end and explain all the corners, but I will, while you're here, grab the latest addition that I'm going to add to it. That's this little fella. Every great track's got to have a tyre, doesn't it? So we'll just be popping that on there. That looks about right to go through. Probably put some letters or something on the outside. This material here is garden hose material. I had a thing of stuff that wasn't going to break down in the sun. That's why I obviously didn't make it out of plastic. And when you got this monstrosity, it couldn't fit it inside. So actually we will go through the corners while we're here. So this is the final corner, called Murray's Corner. Then you've got the chase. I'll probably put an image at the end of this just so you can see what the track looks like. This is Conrod Straight, which used to run completely straight all the way down, but they put the corner end down there for safety. This is called Forest Elbow. I'd love to put trees and stuff on the outside, but I think they'll just get destroyed in the sun. This is the dipper, where the track dips down. These are the S's. The way this was done too is, here I went to a craft shop and got, I think it was 6mm wide masking tape. So I ground it, then sanded it, then coated it with a white paint called Fresh Start, which filled in most of the gaps, then painted it with matte finish. This is where it splits from the two channels into one. So this would be McPhillamy Park. This is now called Skyline. Then you've got up through the cutting. Now normally the actual track goes out like that and then back around, but because of the nature of gravity, I tried and couldn't get them to flow through, probably because of the material. Once again, if it was made out of the plastic stuff that, say, 3D Bot Maker uses and all the other good tracks around the place, all producers, it probably would have worked, but once again, it's too high. And this is Mountain Straight, and the only corner I have removed from the track is Hell Corner, when this is sitting maybe about 5 feet off the ground. It would be somewhere up here, and that's a bit too high. It's tall enough as it is. My kids can just barely reach it. There is approximately 800 tiles here that I all bought second hand, which were cheap as chips. I originally didn't have any floor in the middle of it, but every time I whippersnipped, all the grass would just go over the track and it wouldn't be fun. I have to clean it all the time. Still have to clean it, but not as much. But this is the funnest bit. I wanted to try to minimize the amount of hand interaction and human interaction. So I designed this. Not really easy to see in this light, but this is a door actuator for a car. And as you can see up here, you've got the little holders in place. And I've made this cord really long so I can go to the front of the track. Where's it going out of focus? And watch the cars go down, because you can see the whole track from standing at the end. And when you're ready to start the race, you just go, and that releases the track. So releases the cars to race. So I made that on a hinge, and then all you do is pop that back up there, pull that back out again, and you're ready for the next start. Oh, there we go, we're in focus now. I was pretty happy with that. Oh, I've got to press it twice to release it. And those little things in there are washers that you use for your sink. And then I've got to scrub, put a bit more black stuff on them. But yeah, that's the track reveal. It's pretty enormous. A lot of fun to build, a lot of pain. But yeah, just thought I'd give you an idea of how it was made. Alright guys, take care. Catch you next time. Actually, before I go, I will give you a bit of a reveal on what I've been working on. These are some of the cars that I've modified. Things like Ford Phase 3 Falcon, and he'll probably be racing against the Holden Monaro. And then, of course, what is a Bathurst track without V8 supercars? Now, I've found that the original cars are made for looking at, not for playing with, so I've had to make some adjustments. That's kept the original base, but all these are bases from different cars that I pulled apart, ground down, filled in and glued. You'll see when this one races it's a bit jumpy, whereas these are a lot smoother. But yeah, it's going alright. And I didn't like the green Batman car, so we made it matte black. Alright, see you on the road. So I got up as high as I could to try and take a photograph of the whole entire track. And this is Bathurst. Obviously I've inverted the picture, so it's the same sort of looking thing. But as you can see, it's pretty close to what it is. This was the difficult area that I had to bypass through to that there. It's just impossible. But yeah, it's pretty accurate. The original Bathurst is about 6.2 kilometres long, and Conrod Straight is 1 kilometre long. This is 13 metres long, and the main straight is 5.4. Sorry, Conrod Straight is 5.4 metres long. So yeah, look forward to doing some racing. Hopefully add some commentary and hopefully entertain you. Alright, thanks again. And as I said, see you on the road.